Hello everyone. In this video, we will be learning about partial prepayment on loan and its impact on EMI and tenure. And we're going to understand our interest saving using the amortization table. Disclaimer, this is for education purpose only. So what is partial prepayment? First, we will learn what is partial prepayment. Partial prepayment means paying extra amount over and above the regular EMI. So, for example, we have taken a loan of around 50 lakh and we have a EMI, regular EMI. And if we want to pay a extra top up or partially prepay that outstanding loan, that is called as partial prepayment. It directly reduces the outstanding principal available mostly in floating rate loans, and in India, no penalty is mostly charged on home loan. So now the question comes is why the timing of prepayment matters, and it helps us in interest saving because if we know when is the right time to pay or partially prepay our loan, then we can save lot of interest. Interest component is highest in initial years of the loan, and early prepayment reduces the principal significantly. So leads to meaningful long-term interest savings. And now we are going to walk through an example of on Excel. So the details for the example is loan amount 50 lakh rupees and it's a home loan, and a rate of interest at 7.5% per annum and a duration of 25 years. And for the partial prepayment, we are going to assume at the 12th month, 24th month, 36th, 48th, and 60th month, we are going to partially prepay 50,000 each. So now we are going to go on Excel and make a amortization table first. So first we are going to make a amortization table without prepayment. So normal amortization schedule we are going to make. So loan amount is 50 lakh, duration is 25 year, and annual interest of 7.5%. So the number of payments we are going to make is 25 years into 12 months in a year. So total 300 number of EMIs are we are going to pay. The monthly interest rate is 7.5%, and if we are going to calculate the monthly, we take annual in the numerator and divide by 12. So monthly interest rate is 0.625, and the monthly EMI. So to calculate monthly EMI, we are going to use PMT function in Excel. Rate is 0.625% monthly interest rate. Number of period or the number of payments we are going to make are 300. The present value is 50 lakh for the loan we have taken. So we get 36,950 rupees approximately as our EMI. Now we know that EMI is equal to interest paid plus the principal repaid. So we now make a amortization schedule. At the 0 month, our EMI is nil, our interest paid is nil, and the principal repaid is nil. And the outstanding principal is the initial loan we have taken, which is 50 lakh rupees. And the number of months are, or the number of payments are till 300 months. So we use sequence formula here, and we number of years are 25 years and 12 months in a year, so 300. So now we are going to link EMI cell with this and insert a prefix minus sign in front of it because we already have calculated the EMI calculations, and we freeze this cell, so we get 36,950 here, and we just drag the formula till the 300 months as formula. And now to calculate the interest portion for the interest portion which we have paid out of that EMI, it is simple interest formula P into R into T. So P is our outstanding principal, R is 7.5%, and T is 1 divided by 12, which is monthly interest rate. So P into R into T. R into T is 0.625%, and we freeze this monthly payment. Now to calculate the principal portion, the principal repaid portion, we just subtract interest portion from the EMI. And to calculate the outstanding principal, it is outstanding principal from previous month minus the principal repaid in this month. So we just copy this formula till the end, and now we can see that at 300 month our EMI portion is the lowest, our principal repaid portion is the highest, and the outstanding principal is null. So this is our example for the amortization schedule without prepayment. So now as we have made our amortization schedule without prepayment, now we are introducing the element of prepayment. Now there can be two scenarios. Show my presentation. So there can be two scenario. First scenario is where EMI remains the same as we prepay our loan earlier, and the impact of same EMI leads to a tenure reduced. So EMI remains unchanged here in scenario 1. Prepayment reduces the outstanding principal, and henceforth loan tenure shortens automatically. It results in higher interest saving. So we will go to Excel and see practically once we prepay the loan earlier and we keep the EMI same, how it impacts our tenure. So scenario 1, example remains the same, loan amount 50 lakh, duration is 25-year, annual interest of 7.5%, and the number of payment is 300 months. Monthly interest rate remains the same, and the monthly payment, which is EMI, remains the same. So I have introduced the new column here, which is monthly effective tenure in months. So I'll write a formula which is NPR. Basically, NPR is number of months we are going to pay the loan. At 0 month, it is so obvious that we are going to pay the loan for 300 months. So NPR asks for rate. Rate is our monthly interest rate. I freeze this rate. PMT is are the payment which we will be doing. So the payment remains the same as we are paying, as the scenario 1 says that EMI remains same but the tenure reduces. So EMI remains the same. I freeze this cell, and the loan amount is 50 lakh rupees. So 50 lakh rupees is our outstanding loan at the 0 month. So it tells that at as we have taken a loan at 0 month, we have to pay for next 300 months. So if I drag this formula till the end, we can see that at 300 month our loan EMI tenure is 0 because we have fully paid our loan. So the outstanding principal formula has also changed a bit. Here, earlier the outstanding principal was subtracted from principal repaid, but now we are also removing the top-up repayment. And we will also see the final result in the next sheet. So in the example we have taken in the presentation, we have assumed that at 12 month we pay 50,000, at 24th month we are paying 50,000, at 36th month we are paying 50,000, and at 48th month 50,000, at 60th month 50,000. So once we made the first payment, we can automatically see that our effective tenure was 289 earlier, but the effective tenure reduces to 280. It should have been 288 if we hadn't made the top-up repayment. But as we make the top up repayment, our effective tenure reduces drastically. So the final result of scenario 1 is that original duration was 300 months and the new duration is 269 months. So the time saved is 31 months. And the original interest we paid was 60 lakh rupees approximately. The new interest which we are going to pay is approximately 51 lakh. So interest saved is 9 lakh 30,000 and the total top up which we have done is 2 lakh 50,000. So we go to our presentation and the outcome summary of scenario 1 is that loan closes earlier than the original tenure. So the time saved, significant reduction in the total interest payable, interest saved, and suitable for long-term interest minimization. Now the scenario 2 where tenure remains the same but EMI reduced. So loan tenure remains unchanged here. EMI reduces after each payment. It improves our monthly cash outflow. Earlier we are paying higher monthly EMI, but in this scenario too, as we prepay our loan earlier, outstanding loan earlier, our monthly EMI cash flow or cash outflow improves. So interest saving are comparatively lower here. And now we go to our Excel scenario 2. So the loan amount remains the same, number of payment remains the same. This example is same and the outstanding principal is 50 lakh rupees which we have taken from here. And to calculate the EMI interest paid, principal repaid and the top up payment which we are going to make, I am making some changes in this sheet. So here I'll insert a sequence formula because as we know that our tenure remains the same. So at 0 month, I know that we have to make the payment for next 300 months. So sequence, so number of years are 25 years and I'm going to freeze this cell 25 year. If I don't freeze also, it okay. And the loan amount is, the number of months is 12 months, column nothing, start 300 and -1. So we know that at 299 month we are going to make one more payment. At 300 month we are going to make all our EMI payments. So the EMI portion is calculated differently in the scenario 2. We insert equal to PMT, rate is 0.625%. We freeze this cell. NPR is basically 300 months for the first EMI, 300 months, and the present value is the outstanding loan, outstanding principal, which is at the initially we have taken. And I close the bracket. We get to know that 36,950 is our EMI at the first month. I prefix this with minus, so make it visually understandable. The interest paid is same as we have done in without prepayment. It's simple interest P into R into T, and the principal repaid is EMI minus the interest portion and the top up repayment which we will do in further uh, 12th month and 24th month. So the outstanding principal is previous month outstanding minus the principal repaid and the top up payment we have done. So I just drag this formula till the end. So at 300 month our EMI portion is lowest, our principal repaid portion is highest, and the outstanding principal is null. But now in the top up repayment, as we pay 50,000 at the 12th month, we can see that our EMI reduces from 36,950 to 36,574. Similarly, for 24th month, we can see at 24th month our EMI was 36,574, but it reduced from 36,000 to 130, it reduced to 36,194. Similarly for 36th month, 48th month, and 60th month. So if we go to final result of scenario 2, the original duration was 300 month. The new duration remains the same. So the time saved is 0 month. Original interest was 60 lakh, 61 lakh close to, and the new interest rate, new interest paid is 58 lakh. Interest saved is 2.61 lakh. Total top up we have made is 2.5 lakh. So I go back to my presentation and I conclude this video. EMI reduction or tenure reduction. So the now question comes to your mind is, should I go for EMI reduction or tenure reduction when I prepay my loan, outstanding loan? So tenure reduction leads to higher interest saving. EMI reduction provides cash flow comfort. Choice depends on financial objective. If your financial objective is to have a leaner cash outflow, then you can think about EMI reduction. If your goal or financial objective is to pay lower interest rate and prepay it as soon as possible and get the tenure benefit as well, then you can think about tenure reduction. Key takeaway: for maximum interest saving, tenure reduction is more efficient. Partial prepayment decision should align with personal cash flows. Illustration is for educational purpose only. Before we conclude this video, I will urge that you pause the video and read the disclaimer. And if you have any further doubts or queries, you can write in the comment section or you can reach out to my WhatsApp number. Thank you.